You're the creative, so you should be even responding in more creative ways. My name is Alice Higiro, as is mentioned, and on top of being in my professional setting at the ministry, I'm also a fan of the creatives, and in my past life I was, maybe still am, dancer, writer, singer, all the above. So my job here is to just briefly talk about the role of technology, which now I feel like I don't have a job anymore because Vivens just talked about most of it. But I wanted to highlight a few things that he talked about and from other speakers. So as creatives, you can leverage technology for different things. One of those is reaching a wider audience. I know I'm not the first one to talk about this, and the other speakers coming up will mention this. This is, I think most of you might have realized during COVID how, you know, remote work and going digital was basically the go-to, and it's been really an exciting way to reach more people. And for most, what we usually, at the ministry at least, what we usually encourage people is do not think of Rwanda only. You have to think across borders, and do not even think East Africa alone. Do not think Africa alone. Think global, right? So that's one way to reach global audiences, and one more specifically, you can also use algorithms. I think some of you have seen ads, like you would be sitting with someone talking about something, and then you open your Instagram and there is a watch. You were just talking about a watch, and then, you know, something brings up watches to you, and you're like, was Google listening to me or my phone listening to me? They are listening. So leverage that, use those tools, AI and so on, to understand your audience better, to look at what are their needs, what is it very specifically that you could offer to make your value proposition more unique and also valuable to them. Also, something we really encourage at the ministry is do research. Don't just develop a solution because you think it's worked in Kenya, it's going to work here. You need to understand your audience. You need to talk to them, engage with them. And through social media and different digital channels, you can do that. I think people that have a fan base, for example, people that have clients, you can even do now online surveys. Way before social media, you used to have to go knock door to door, right, and talk to your customer one by one. But most times you would not even know who your customers are. But with digital tools, you can know and assess where are my customers. Any of you know Georgine Dirangu? Do you know him? So Georgie is a buddy of ours, and his new course that he's offering for public speaking. I saw the summary that he did, that he was evaluating where people who are accessing his courses are located, and he could tell 50% are in East Africa, 20% are in Europe, others are in places he had never even thought of. And that opened up his eyes to see, okay, I could reach into these regions. What is it that these people look for? Because sometimes what the content that Europeans look at is not the same as us here, or even just the next door neighbors, right? So being able to know where your people are, and the demographics, the age range, and the gender, and all of that helps for you to design your content better. If you're a fashion designer, then you're able to tell better how to design different things. And another thing is also better engagement through visuals. I think you all know our attention span as time goes shrinks and shrinks and shrinks. I used to be able to watch a vlog or a video of longer than half an hour, but now if it's not real, like, you know, reels on Instagram, if it's not that size, if it's anything over 1 minute, I'm not going to watch it. Or I'll watch, and then by 30 seconds my attention span is out. So you can engage better your audiences, be it a fashion designer, a writer, a speaker, whatever you are. You can engage better people through visuals, because most people want to see. They just want to see, and you can make it exciting. Have you guys seen like the skits that police posts? Who would have thought police would be interesting, right? But now they are, and they're using visuals, they're using skits, they're using animated content, they're using different things, kanyomja, right? You would never have thought of our police being that, right? So use that to your advantage, but also someone said, I think it was Gloria, to contribute to your community development. Be part of solution development. Don't just be a participant or an observer. Don't just be an observer. Contribute. Every single one of you has something to contribute. It doesn't matter how small it is. Next thing is, how much time do I have? Yeah, still? Okay, cool. So the next thing for me was also to gain exposure. One thing you need to be able to invest in is self-development. Don't wait for anyone to come and tell you need to improve your skill here and this and that. I remember when I was an intern at the start of my career at this company, you know, I would have my assignments. After I was done with my assignments, I would sit on YouTube and just watch videos of things that are not constructive, like maybe a talk show or a movie or something like that. And then my boss at the time came and told me, you can just watch YouTube and learn how to use Excel better. I was like, done my assignment, why do I need to do that? But he really pushed me, and I started to actually watch YouTube videos to design, to do more work on Excel, because there are things you never learn in class. In class, you have a particular curriculum, content, time, and everything, so you're limited. But outside of the classroom, use these different tools that are available, resources, materials. Now with YouTube and Google, even someone who doesn't know how to cook, you can learn how to cook on YouTube, right? As opposed to our parents' time. So get on there, learn better things. Don't stick to what you know only. Don't stick to, I'm a fashion designer, this is all I'm gonna do. Look at different fashion designers who have now gone into content development, right? And you can monetize these things, guys. You can, this is my highlight and my favorite thing is monetize your skills. Monetize everything that you can do, that you look for opportunities. And sometimes it's very traditional. I used to be a blogger, I used to blog, and I thought, I'm just blogging. So one time, some company in the US or platform in the US reached out to me and said, hey, we really liked your article on this other platform. Could we feature you? And then I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then they added me on their platform and my story went viral in their context. And I was like, oh, cool. Someone told me, you should have charged for this. I was like, oh, snap. I missed out on an opportunity. But you can monetize things, especially your talents, things that you're naturally good at. Find ways to monetize those things to add value to yourself, but also to your community. Research. Put yourself out there. And one thing my boss has taught me is, you know, I used to feel embarrassed for saying, hey, listen, I'm an MC and a moderator. If you ever hear of an opportunity, listen, you know, hit me up. She told me, don't be embarrassed to do that. Go for it. So Rwandans specifically, I don't know if we have foreigners in the room, but Rwandans specifically, we are very shy people, very conservative, very, you know, let me be humble. Put yourself out there. That's the only way you're going to grow. That's the only way you're going to grow your audience, your source of income, and so on. So put yourself out there, learn, and even reach out to mentors. And now the beauty of technology, you can reach out to mentors outside of Rwanda. Reach out to Georgie. He's in Kenya. He's everywhere. Reach out to him. Reach out to others and all those people. My favorite blogger at the time was a lady in the US. I wrote to her an email through the platform after I joined the community of content contributors or whatever creators on that platform. I had access to other content creators, so I wrote to her and I was like, hey, listen, I really love your work and I think that I have so much to learn from you. Could you mentor me? And she was open to it, right? So, and she was all the way in the US. We talked for a brief period of time and our relationship ended there, but I had to gain what I needed to gain from her. So widen your network and put yourself out there. Personal development, I've talked about, enhance your skills, never be satisfied with where you are, seek to do more and more and more. The last thing maybe I'll talk about is also resource optimization. I think you guys being creatives here, fashion designers, for example, I think before you would have to physically kudoda or whatever, develop whatever material you needed to do, and then put it on a model and then see, oh no, it doesn't work, maybe not. Now you have IT tools, tech tools that you can do to, you know, for some simulations. You can pre-see the stuff on the computer before you print, right? So because printing costs you money, it costs you time. Then after you print the thing or after you sew whatever material, then you realize, oh, it doesn't work. So now you have to go back and restart. So, but you can use technology now to, you put a model, you blend the colors, you look at the palette of colors you need to mix maybe, and then you can try it out on the computer, and then from there you can be able to print, right? You have 3D models, you have Fab Labs here, K Labs that can help you if you need to print physically something like 3D printing, to try out something, to have your prototypes before you actually put out your work there and waste so much time and resources. And this is just for fashion, guys, but could be anyone, could be anything, but yeah. Hopefully you picked one or two things from that. Thank you.